News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Active shooter training in Potomac. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Monday, October 12th, 2015. Right now, outside my patented exclusive weather window, it's pretty dark, but I can tell you it's clear, and it's 38 degrees in Missoula right now. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Automotive Cutting Edge. Hey, Missoula, it's time to winterize. You can get a lube oil and filter change for just $30 through the month of October at Automotive Cutting Edge. Call 542-2218. On the heels of a school shooting in Oregon in Umpqua Community College, the Missoula County Sheriff's Office, Missoula Police Department, and the Missoula University of Montana Police Department all sent personnel up to Potomac Friday to practice how they would respond to an active shooter situation. Sheriff's Department Public Information Officer Brenda Bassett said the training was excellent.
The instructors for this training have actually been recognized nationally for this cutting-edge training. They go through a lot of scenarios. They go through some of the shootings that have happened across the nation in the past, and they learn from that, and they teach these staff members just some really cool things that they can use. The
training was also done with a more rural area in mind and incorporated teachers and staff.
They'll kind of use the school as their training ground so that, you know, if it happens in this school specifically, they'll be able to use some of the things that they learned specifically to this building, Potomac School.
UM event personnel, which provides security for Grizz games and concerts, was also at training with the UM Police Department. And in a somewhat related story, after last Friday's fatal shooting on the campus of Northern Arizona University, U of M President Royce Engstrom voiced his concern Friday and support for the fellow Big Sky Conference school.
I'm very sorry to hear of another tragic campus shooting, and to have one that is connected to us in the Big Sky Conference, and in particular with Northern Arizona on our campus here last night. It's especially poignant and relevant to us, and so our hearts go out to those folks at Northern Arizona, and we just that they're able to get on a path to recovery, and they can care for the people who were the victims in this case.
In Flagstaff, NAU Chief of Police G.T. Fowler said that the incident involved two groups of males involved in a dispute in front of a residence hall that ended up with a firearm being used. 18-year-old Stephen Jones was taken into custody after the incident, in which one student was killed and 3 others were wounded. A man has died in a shooting on the west side of Billings. Billings police say officers responded to a report of a shooting before 2 o'clock Saturday morning. When they arrived, they found an adult male with a gunshot wound to his upper body. Police said the victim, whose name was not immediately released, died at the scene. Officials have arrested a 62-year-old man on suspicion of negligent homicide. A convicted sex offender from Three Forks is being investigated after prosecutors say he violated his probation and sexually assaulted another child. The Bozeman Daily Chronicle reports that 57-year-old Joseph Donald Pippin was arrested last week for violation of his probation. In addition to the new assault accusation, Pippin's probation officer says he violated his sentence by having unauthorized contact with minors, owning child pornography, and possessing alcohol. Pippin is accused of sexually assaulting a 7-year-old girl in 2008. A couple told police they walked in on Pippin assaulting their daughter while he was babysitting. He was given a 20-year suspended prison sentence in 2009. And a 68-year-old Billings man is denied charges of molesting 2 girls who were in his temporary care as a foster parent. Gary Eugene Smith has been charged with felony sexual intercourse without consent and 2 counts of sexual assault. The Billings Gazette reports he pleaded not guilty to all counts in Yellowstone County District Court. Smith's bail has been set at $75,000. Missoula City and County residents will find ballots in their mailbox this week for the November 3rd general election. Supervisor Rebecca Connors explains.
Today we delivered 54,000 ballots for the November election at the United States Post Office, and I imagine that they will reach voters by the week of October 13th. They should be arriving in folks' mail.
Connors offers a brief description of what voters will find in the mail-in only ballot.
A nonpartisan municipal general election that's going on. That's for our city council members. So the Missoula County Public Schools is running an elementary and a high school bond. And then Bridgetown is also running the mill levy for their school district.
The Missoula school mill levy request alone would add about $200 a year to the property taxes of a $200,000 home over the next 20 years. A Montana man once accused of plotting to kidnap David Letterman's son has been arrested on a parole violation. According to Lewis and Clark County Under Sheriff David Rao, Kellyanne Frank was taken into custody Wednesday near Helena. Annette Carter of the Lewis and Clark County Probation and Parole Office told the Great Falls Tribune Frank was arrested for violating the employment and travel conditions of his parole. Carter did not know exactly how Frank had violated his parole. He was paroled in September of 2014 after spending 9 years at the Montana State Prison. He was arrested in 2005 and accused of plotting to kidnap Letterman's son and the boy's nanny to extort money. Frank is being held at the Lewis and Clark County Jail. Missoula County officials are investigating the possibility of designing a family justice center. Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Pabst on Talkback on Friday said a multidisciplinary group discussed the possibility just last week.
It would have police investigators, prosecutors, social worker, a counselor, medical people, all there, in one building under one roof to coordinate services, and it would actually be more efficient because we would be consolidating a lot of things that are currently pretty duplicative.
And Pabst said the new center will be more efficient, but there is still a lot of details to hammer out, including the cost.
It just depends. They range. There's several centers. I want to say there's just shy of 100 of these centers across the country right now, and they range from one-room facilities to multi-million-dollar complexes. And so we would just try to find something that was right for our community, not too extravagant, but that would be more efficient.
The Family Justice Center is what Pabst described as the dream stage right now. If completed, the center would deal with issues like child abuse, partner family member assault, and sexual assault, all the cases currently handled by the Missoula Special Victims Unit. Finally, a federal judge has approved a settlement between state officials and 3 environmental activist groups, allowing logging projects in northwestern Montana to move forward with added protections for grizzly bears. District Judge Donald Malloy Friday lifted a 2014 injunction that had barred logging on portions of the Stillwater and Cold Creek state forests. Newstalk time is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Ample sunshine is expected today with our high temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70. Winds will be out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.